Hi, this is a tarot reading. I'm a psychic. In the next few minutes, I'm going to use my intuition to read the energy in the room. The insights I receive are for whoever these vibrations resonate with. There are no time limits on anything said in this message. So, first, I'm going to start with the current energy that I'm discerning right now, and then I'll take a look at the cards to find out what could have led to this moment, as well as what can be expected later on. Remember, this is a general reading, so everything might not make sense to everyone listening at once. Take what fits your situation for now and be mindful as different frequencies resurface in various ways later on. Please don't force what doesn't belong in your life at this time and allow someone else to hear what they need to hear. All of my readings are divinely guided and meant for the purpose of entertainment. In no way should they be taken outside the context of spiritual expression. I am not a doctor or licensed therapist, nor can I give medical or financial advice. Use your best judgment when being here, and if you enjoyed the time spent, please share something meaningful to someone who needs it. Holy Spirit, God the Son, God the Father, light, love, please guide my gift and align the body to my message. Somebody's definitely trying to throw you off track. That's what I feel like. There's this overwhelming need to stay focused on what you're doing despite what's being told to you. And then, like, I feel like whoever this is for is willing to take the correction, willing to change and make changes in their life, and willing to adapt to new energies and new frequencies. But it's just like, I feel like someone needs to put their foot down and really make it known who they are. And that whoever this is that's trying to challenge you has to make a compromise in some way. Things go up, things go down, things shift around. I feel like there's a loop here and it's coming full circle. Like maybe this person needed and you gave it to them, and now you need their help, and they don't want to help you out. And that's just not how things work. So I feel like you're going to have to take what's yours and do it in whatever way is acceptable and whatever system you're confined by. Like basically follow the law and do what you have to do to get your message out there, get your message across. So there's a sense right now that maybe in the past you had some things that you were prideful of, and maybe somebody tried to knock you down a peg. They didn't like that you were proud of yourself, you loved yourself. They want you to feel like you're in hell, but I also feel like you already thought through that. So like you can, if you're so high and mighty, then you already see your haters right away. You can see who supports you. You could basically read them in a glance. And even though people think you might not be watching them, or they think you don't know who they are, they don't know what you know because they can't read your mind. So I feel like somebody could tell that people just were out to get them or just were against them, and without even leading on that there was, for somebody to say that you're being paranoid, you just prepared for the worst. And people can say, oh well, that's pessimistic or blah, but I feel like your preparation was needed, and that's what got you to this point where you might be in a terrible position, but you're prepared. And I feel like you're actually coming towards the end of this journey. You got through this so fast that you didn't even realize how much you were really going through. Like, I feel like this full circle loop is like, okay, I'm back where I started. Wherever you started off with this journey, you're back at ground zero. And maybe that's where most of the frustration is coming from, that you have to start over, but also like you don't skip a beat. And people can't tell how many times you had to start over again and again and again. And, they're coming at you with the same naysaying type of talk, negative talk. But you can combat that so quickly. It's like you don't even give a second thought at this point. Someone was trying to shut you up. God is saying that your word is good and you will find those peaceful days again. Just hold out and keep going. So there might have been some time where you had difficulty making decisions. The fact that you weren't able to make a decision in the past actually might have benefited you, but I feel like that's what happened. That's what led you to where you are right now, that maybe you didn't outright say yes or no. So maybe you kind of feel like you're in a limbo where you aren't exactly working for this side or that side. And maybe it's like the more you go forward, the more it's like, okay, who are you working for? Like somebody is almost like interrogating you at this point. They want to know where you get your power from. They want to know who is your focus. Who are you targeting right now? But I feel like the same situation as it's always been is still currently happening, because they want to know so they can prepare a defense. Like, it's like they just don't realize how smart you are. They feel like, or they think that they can just come out and ask you who you are, as if you would just reveal all of this secret information to them so that they can try to attack you more specifically. They're trying to make themselves stronger, but they have no intentions on helping you get stronger. They want to form a relationship with you without actually doing anything for you, and thinking that you don't have the option of saying no. You haven't made a decision. They're making it seem as if you like they get to decide for you, which is not true. You can take your time. There's no rush. I feel like that's been the theme of somebody's life, like somebody trying to rush you into making a decision and knowing that it's just chaos from that point on. That, anything these people do to try to put tension or pressure on you and try to disable you in some way, or interfere with your ability to live your own life. I feel like you know that is an interference. You're very aware of this. Like, they're trying to make you see things that aren't there. But the fact is, you worked. The work that you did is not going ignored, and it matters. It's like it's you're about ready to graduate, and even if somebody tries to say, oh well, you don't have the right funds, you have to pay for this program or that program, or you don't have all the credits, or da da da, you still have the education, and you still, in terms of your life experience, nobody can take this experience away from you. So let's find out a little bit more about where we're moving forward from this, because there's a lot going on. There's a lot that went on to lead you to where you are now, and having to put your foot down by any means necessary, regardless of what it makes you look like. Not being afraid to struggle, not being afraid to try, putting your whole truth out there, whether or not somebody can understand, is important. Because as soon as and everything comes crashing down, and then they can't do anything for anybody, and it's very clear, they're gonna wonder what is life really about. Life is about everything that you're living. You're living your own life. You're not trying to control other people and how they think or feel. So once these manipulators and narcissists finally see themselves for who they are, and they just realize they can't go any farther, they go crashing down. Get back on their own 2 feet as well. And they're going to have to push through everything you push through. Is a whole cycle. I feel like there's no need for justice, because nobody is without sin. when you were proud of your accomplishments and you felt like you were on top of the world and nobody could say nothing to you, you didn't give anybody a second thought, somebody was in the background calling you a narcissist. Somebody called you conceited. They said you were stuck up. They couldn't wait to see you fall. These are the negative entities that you ignored. And now when you really have enough, you had enough, and maybe you realize that maybe it's not worth it leading all these haters into the promised land. So maybe you gave up and you fell on solid ground to start over because you're the one that picked yourself up to begin with. And you're capable of starting over. You're not relying on anybody to be up there. You're not expecting anybody to catch you when you fall. And this is where your wealth comes. You're not going to need to escape your situation. People are going to come to you. It's almost like your home is a museum. They're interested in what you have gone through and what you know about your existence and your reality, because that's the truth. The truth genuinely will set you free from whatever the situation is, and that's exactly why somebody's trying to shut you up right now. Because they're trying to basically they want to break down the foundation, so when they fall, they'll be on top. They want you to go even lower than the bottom. That's the bottomless pit. Just keep falling, so that by the time they get ready to quit, they don't have to submit to you. Like an artist, like you've been working on your craft all this time, and these people have been whatever else they were doing, focus on something else, just trying to get money or whatever the case may be. And now that your art is selling millions, it's like, well, how can I be an artist? How did you draw that? How did you put that together? Is what I'm getting. Like, they're gonna want to know how you stay true to yourself. Why weren't you affected by any of their schemes and plots? But it's just not that simple. In the future, you're just gonna walk away from these people. They didn't help you. You're not helping them. Unfortunately, it's not a system that you created or you're not reinventing the wheel. This is their opportunity to help. They're not helping. And I feel like in the future, when they want your help, you're not going to help either. And let them call you a narcissist. Let them call you insensitive. It didn't hurt them. Why should it hurt you? Okay. Somebody might say, oh, that you're hurt, you're sad, you're broken. Maybe this is somebody who chose their career over a so-called romance. But I feel like this romance was expecting entirely too much out of you. And also, like, with your intuition, maybe you saw that it wasn't going to work out anyway. And people just want you to manifest endlessly. But if you can actually clearly see that this is just not the person for you, then take it for what it is. Let people show you who they are. Yeah, somebody's definitely trying to come out and call you bitch because you're bossy or you're in control of your own life. They really want you to be subservient. They want you to be docile. That's why they try to take every opportunity to slip through the cracks. If they see weakness in you, then they want to exploit it and say, oh, you're a baby. Oh, you're a child. Try to coddle you. Like, just because you're stumbling over your words or you're trying. I'm seeing somebody in business right now. Like, it's a real competitive situation, and you're able to break away from that and do what you're doing on your own. Like, times have changed, but also, like, again, it's full circle. This has been going on for where people try to gather in groups in this community and then they break apart and people do things on their own, and it's just like, it looks like chaos, but there's a method to this madness. And at the end of the day, you're gonna get everything you want, or what people think you're missing. Like, you had to give up in order to have this. They think you made a sacrifice to get where you are, but you're getting it all. The family, the house, the love and environment, and the money. And isolation from these haters and people who were just trying to cling to your energy and use you for all your worth. You're not going to make a decision at the end of the day, because ultimately the answer is no. If it's yes, it's yes. If it's no, it's no. And you already picked your side. I think that's the whole point here. People asking you what you're about and what you're into, They just want to know for their own reasons. It has nothing to do with who you are. They can't challenge you. Who you are is going to stay who you are and who you are meant to be. You're a seed of your father, whether they like your father or not. I feel like it's enough. Enough is enough. That's what I'm getting from this C here. Like, okay, so someone tried to put something on you. They tried to curse you in some way, but you just became immune to it. Like it was like a vaccine at the end of the day. You start to build up an immunity. You start to adapt. And now it's just as a new level, it's a new world. That old you is dead and gone. You don't even have to remember what she was about or what he was about. You're somewhere else now. You're aiming at new heights. You took your correction, you took your slap on the wrist, and you kept going. Okay, I see how it is now. They want things a certain way, so give it to them. And they could keep on thinking you're sweet because I feel like it's very clear that you are. Like, it's just like you got to do what you got to do. No harm intended. No hurt feeling. No hard feelings. You just doing your job. And I feel like it's very practical. Do a little bit at a time, a little bit every day. Take a break, go back and do what you got to do. And also, like, somebody may be calling you lazy or saying that you're lazy, but you're in tune with your body. If you need to take a break, then take a break. You definitely don't need to burn out for anyone. Never, ever do that. Okay? They don't have to know your every step. You don't have to explain yourself. If they want to challenge, they got to challenge. You don't have to explain yourself. If they don't understand, they don't understand. Just keep moving. So I feel like this person wants to be toxic, or maybe they've shown some toxic behaviors, but it's like we all been there. It's not really anything special at this point. Everybody's been in drama as well. As far as this reading is concerned, this energy that I'm picking up on, I feel like it's just okay. You got some drama. We all have drama, but it doesn't take the center of my world. It doesn't take center stage in my life. Three of Baskets. All right, so it looks like somebody is like, welcome to the team or welcome to the dark side or something. But they like, who do they think they are? Whoever this is trying to invite you to their group. It's like, all right, that's sweet if you guys are a group, but I don't subscribe to being your leader, is what I'm getting. And you have that right. You have that choice. Or I also feel like somebody wants to lead you. Or maybe that's their intentions, like by saying welcome. Is there a way of saying you're here now? I'm seeing that somebody is highly intelligent. And this may be intimidating for some people who want to take advantage of you, especially people who have made it a point to take advantage of the weaker link. Somebody's a big fish in a small community. So you stand out. You're very loud, even without even speaking. This may be a city that's crumbling down or a community that's about to be destroyed. But you stand out, and it's because you choose to stand out. It's not through any type of initiation or any requirements that you had to fulfill that somebody else told you, okay, step 1, step 2, in order to be part of my group. You do your own thing. I feel like I'm talking to a lone soldier or a lone wolf. And that's what they admire about you, but at the same time, that's what they're jealous of. Someone is very exposed to the situation right now. You've been anointed to do what you're doing. Somebody is exposed to the fact that you are who you are, and people may be hunting you. They may try to hunt you because They can focus on you at this point. They know you're not going to change. Whereas though they're able to shift and change and move in different ways to get what they want, you just kind of stay true to yourself. And even at the end of the day, if it goes extinct, like the woolly mammoth, at least the woolly mammoth is a thing. You know, we're not talking about shape shifting demons. I feel like they want to control your tone. They want to control how you move, how you look. They want to create a new human race of people who follow after what they decide. They don't want you to tell the truth because the truth sets you free from this corruption. It keeps you keep moving away from this gossipy group, and you keep going on your own. Like whatever they have convinced them, try to convince you that you need from them is not anything you need at all. And it's becoming more and more obvious. They might have convinced you that it's up to them, that you have every breath you take. They may have convinced you it's up to them. Like you can't take a deep breath without them approving whether or not that's deep enough, or blink whether or not you blink too quickly. Like they really want to control all of your senses and try to get deep inside your head. But meanwhile, it's like, you know, as they create this perfect specimen of a creature, because you're being obedient and listening to what they say and taking their advice and trusting the process, they turn you into exactly what they want to feed off of. That's what I'm getting from this. Like you turn into this goat. You're the goat, the greatest of all time. But it's really like you're at the end of my arrow, and I get to hunt you for sport. I get to rely on your obedience. I can trust that you are afraid of my next move. It makes me feel powerful. It makes me feel in control. But at the end of the day, they're a chameleon. They change as exercise and influence over you can change at the blink of an eye. So it's almost like you've just, for some people dealing with this energy right now, it's almost like you've just committed to being on the bottom. Like by any means, somebody else is going to climb on top of you. Like it's almost like you refuse to let go of the ground. You're loyal to the ground. You're loyal to the earth. And everyone else just keeps rising up on top and stomping down, stopping you deeper and deeper into that earth. You've committed to it. Maybe somebody enjoys the feeling of being grounded. And with that being said, I feel like you're doing just fine. Because the earth is where it's at. You have everything you need. And at the end of the day, when this journey is over, you're closest to where you're going to be laid to rest. And you rest in peace. What I love about it is or something like, because I feel like being alone maybe takes its toll. Someone says, I really enjoy your company. So maybe if you, even though you think you're alone, you still have a ride or die team somewhere around. I feel like because they respect your space, they just don't try to climb under your feet or get tangled up in your energy, but they are close by. These could be angels. You're waiting on this angel, these angel guys to come in, and they're very close. I feel like they're just so massive that if they were to get too close to you, they might just completely absorb you. But remember, these angels love you, and they love you like a child. Okay, like you are part of them, and they want to see you reach your full potential. You've been working on yourself. They've been working on you. They work on themselves. Their higher powers and higher powers work on them. It's just a line, is an alignment and a connection of ascension. It's your self-esteem increasing, but you don't have to let go of the ground because of this. And that solid ground you never sink beneath. So whoever this is resonating for is meant to be for that person. If you don't understand what this is, then it's just not meant to be. Okay, I feel like it's just about you connecting with yourself and not having to try and be like someone else, no matter what that other person is and what you are. You don't have to look at yourself like you're not good enough. And that's what I feel like God the Father now is just reminding you that you belong to Him. And it's just not the end of the world if you stutter and stumble and make a mistake here or there or over and over again. You still belong to Him. And trying to make you feel weak or worthless is their genuine intentions to do so. It's not just in your head. It's just like you don't have time for this negativity, but that's all that keeps coming towards you because you are the leader and people want your position. So they're constantly gaslighting you like, oh, you're taking things the wrong way. Oh, I didn't mean it like that. Oh, you're reading into things, blah, blah. But again, with your position, you can see everything. You know exactly what they meant. You know exactly what they're doing. And it's not even like, it's not the center of your world.